Hello and welcome to IPT Basics, How to Apply for Practicum. I'm going to take you step by step. Sometimes it's a confusing process, especially as this is your first time into IPT. So if you just familiarize yourself with these different portions, the first thing that's due is your student detail page. So you'll look over here and click Student Detail. And notice that our mascot Boomer Sooner has already done a good job of filling out all the things that he needs to. And you can keep in mind that if you see here on the screen, these are the things that would be required of you. You don't have to worry about any of these lower things. These are just for the field office to fix. So if you'll check out here, you also can't edit your name. So if you do have a spelling discrepancy or you've changed your name, you got married or something like that, please contact the field office and we can change that for you in about half a second. It's really easy to do. So give us your updated address. The two most important things to keep updated are your OU email. Note that's your OU email, not your Gmail or Hotmail account, and your phone number. Please keep these updated. One of the number one things we hear is, well, I didn't get the email from the field education office. If you check, it could be because you had a name change or something like that, or you changed your alias. Please keep this updated. This is not an auto update system like the ozone system. Whatever you put in here is where the email will be sent to. So fill these things out, and then for your picture uploaded, you just go up here and click Upload Picture. You choose the file, and then you hit Upload. Once you've uploaded it, your picture will appear. So that's for your student detail page. If you go back to the Home tab, anytime you have a form released to you, and we'll get to those in later videos, but they'll appear right here. If you have outstanding forms, meaning forms that you haven't yet completed, they'll show in a parentheses. You'll see Boomer Sooner is a little bit far behind. He's got 13 forms because we release everything to him. But the main one that we're going to focus on, yours will look a little bit different, keep in mind, is right here, Application for Field Instruction. Right? So generally on this page you'll be able to see, we'll talk about what the signature means a little bit later, but it shows as active. Active just means that you've been in there editing it. If you've never opened the form or done anything in it, it'll show as new. And then it'll also show who it's waiting for in terms of a signature. But again, we'll get to that just a little bit later. So we'll go over here and we'll click View. It'll pull up a separate field and you'll be able to see right here, this is your application. Again, if you've done your student detail page, this will auto-populate into that area so you don't have to worry about it. And the basic format of it is there are three basic things. There are drop-down boxes here. You also see there are drop-down boxes here. There's fill in the blank. And then there's also these other little fields right here. These are either uploads, where you can upload a resume, I'll get to that a little later, or narratives, where you'll write a paragraph about that. Okay, so I'll go through some of the basic things. Please make sure you fill everything out as completely as possible. And I'll give you an example. If you come down here and you see that it says, please indicate the 4 important priorities for your placement. If you only have 2 priorities, please at least find 4 of the different drop downs that you're interested in. Again, they go from most important to less important, so want your top 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you only have 2, then fill in the rest of them. If proximity to home is the biggest thing for you, then by all means make them all proximity to home so we can see that. As much information as you give us will help you immensely in the process, because we cannot take into consideration things that you haven't said to us. So for example, if you're interested in health, mental health, children and families, gerontology, let us know and we can try and cater your placement to those different needs. If you're interested in certain populations like infants, and that's all you want to work with, then by all means, put all of that there. Again, we would, however, encourage you to branch out and put multiple ones, since you might not always get your top choice. We do try and give you your top choice, but sometimes that is dependent upon the agency and if they're available. So if you come down here, you'll see these different things asking you if you identify with a particular group. Please fill that out. And here's kind of like a free response area. If there are any family concerns, childcare, transportation, or geographical concerns, give us detail. Let us know, because we can't help you if you don't let us know. Again, you'll see that save button. Always hit save. That's the number one thing to do, whether it's updating your student detail page or updating the application. For the rest of the application, you'll kind of see these different statements here. We always make the joke, this is not the iTunes agreement where you just sign and say, yep, I agree with all the different things, and you have no clue what you're agreeing to. Please read over these things and check the boxes. It'll really, really help us to know that you're actually going through this and reading it. And also keep in mind that all of this is kept confidential. There's one part that is shared with your field instructor, but for the most part, the only people that will actually see this are those in the field office. So give us as much detail as possible. If you come down here, you'll see that there are more narratives. Please, if you look here, provide a well-written paragraph describing previous practicum experiences. That goes for anything here or in anything in the student profile. You'll notice it says your career interests and goals. And as another incentive, this is the only section, these sections here, prior experience, student profile, and field education needs. Your future field instructor or supervisor at the site will see this section. So please don't embarrass yourself down the line by putting something like, what is your career interests or goals, and you just write nothing. That won't reflect well when you actually meet up with your field instructor. So please, it says minimum of 2 to 3 sentences. Please provide a thoughtful self-assessment. And then again down here, more of the disclaimer. This is not the iTunes agreement. Right here it says read and initial all items below. Read each and every one of these items, please. Understand what you're doing here for the program and what things are expected of you, right? And then once you're done, once you've acknowledged that, click on Acknowledgement Release and type in your name. Okay. As we go down here, you'll see it logs it right there. We have more different things for you to assign and to consider. Again, read these thoroughly, especially the different questions. There are a few questions in regards to, if you see up here, have you ever been convicted of, pled guilty, either of a misdemeanor or a felony? Please answer that honestly. There are some agencies that run background checks on their student interns, and so if we are made privy to that type of information, then we can help you get to the right agencies that will accept you. It's a lot worse if you go there and they dig something up in your background check. Once you've completed and saved thoroughly every single part of the application, again, you can come back, you don't have to do this in one sitting, but the final step of any document is to click and sign the completed document. What this does is it officially turns it into the field office. So be aware, as soon as you submit the signature, it'll lock you out of the document and you won't be able to make any changes. So make sure you have everything completely filled out, and including that, you'll also want to upload an updated resume. Okay, so make sure all of those different parts are complete, and then once you're ready to turn it in to us, click there, write your name, and then submit signature, and it will automatically show up to us, and on your screen here, it'll show up as complete. Congratulations, you've just applied for Practicum.